Hi, we're Priya and Sid, and in 2020 we left our jobs to go travel the world. There were some obvious reasons as to why we couldn't travel, but we're traveling now. So welcome to day one of our Mount Everest trip. Got to the airport at 5 a.m. so we could get the very first flight out to Lukla. So we're currently at the airport. We're about to get the aeroplane to Lukla
and start our trek from there.
I'm starting off a little bit congested, so hopefully I get better.
Yeah, hopefully. Because I've heard people get sick on the trek. She's starting the trek sick.
No, I'm not starting it sick.
We're going to get better at our YouTube skills.
We do. Look, we're TikTokers.
We're TikTokers.
But we're here.
The phone's the wrong way around. We don't talk to the camera.
We are here in Nepal during off-season, so the airport was completely empty, plus the fact that it was really early in the morning. Then we checked in our bags. We have 10 kilos in our bag each. We really tried to pack light because our porter will be carrying all of our weight. We got our boarding passes, and this is our guide, Lakpa. You'll be seeing a lot of him. We got our boarding pass stamped and then we walked onto the bus. This bus was taking us to our aeroplane. And how beautiful is this sunrise? It absolutely made my morning. So we made our way to the aeroplane and I was a little bit surprised at how small it was. This isn't what I was expecting. This aeroplane looks so much bigger in YouTube videos. This plane is tiny.
It fits like 10, 12 people maybe.
I don't think I've ever been on a plane this small.
I have, but not in Nepal.
So we made our way onto the aeroplane. Everything kind of happened really quickly. And I'm glad that I felt like I was still half asleep. It was so early in the morning. Okay, so we're about to take off. I don't really get afraid of flying at all, but if you're afraid of flying, this will be definitely an experience. Are you scared?
This plane is tiny.
But even as super confident flyers, we were both a little bit scared. It felt like we were a little feather in the air. That was such a smooth takeoff. Every time there was even the tiniest bit of gush of wind, it was just like whoosh, there we go. And just to kind of understand how tiny this aeroplane is, I feel like this footage gets it really well. And now that I think about it, it was a super fun flight. And also, this is a tiny, tiny runway. I think I've seen driveways that are longer than this. So we just made it to Lukla.
After like the most scary flight. I'm not a nervous flyer.
I'm not a nervous flyer either. And
I was nervous. There was also a crack in my window and it was glued together.
There was another window. It was like that big, the crack.
Yeah.
But Lukla is so beautiful.
It is.
It's really fresh, the air up here.
Yeah.
And I've got my layers on, not feeling cold. It's just my fingers.
Oh, you need to get your gloves on. My hands are cold too.
We're going to have a cup of tea, have some breakfast, and then we're going to start hiking. Then we started our walk. Today's walk is 3.5 hours long and we are walking from Lukla to Pakting. And we saw Lakpa spinning all of these bells, so we spun them too. He said that they're for good luck and you need to spin them an odd number of times.
It's cold, but it's beautiful.
It's not that cold yet.
Yeah. This is the warmest it gets.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Hello. So we got some cash out because everyone online was saying that you'll need way more cash than you think you will. And we walked past this beautiful monument which was made to represent the first female Sherpa to ever summit Everest, which I thought was really nice. Then we checked in at our first checkpoint. So we just got our permit for the national park and now we're ready to go. Also, I think we're so lucky. The weather is beautiful. Look at that mountain.
I can't believe we're doing this.
There's like pure happiness in your eyes.
We've been like wanting to do this for years.
Ever. I've always wanted to do this. Look, in a perfect world, I would love to summit. But I don't think it's ever going to happen. Look, Bud just told us it costs like $45,000 to $65,000.
US.
US. That's like 100,000 Aussie.
I think the money aside, Priya gets altitude sickness walking up steps. Like just stairs at home, so...
I am struggling
I think
now,
we're gonna try out Basecamp, see how we go, see if we like it. But, I mean, for the whole 20 minutes we've been walking so far, we're loving it.
Yeah, we're going very slowly for
Very
me.
slowly.
We just took off our first layer of clothes.
It's getting hot.
It's getting hot. I will take the heat over the cold any day.
This is not a good start.
So within the first hour of walking, we were both already so impressed by the view, the town, everyone in these villages. We came across our first yak cows. During the hike, we were constantly stopping for yak cows and donkeys. This is how everything is transported up and down the mountain. And the sun is incredibly strong up here in the mountains, so we put our hats on and we reapplied some sunscreen. and we had a little snack. I had a bit of an apple and juice. So over there in the distance, right now we're about to walk around the mountain over to Narakushi. And from there, it is a 1 hour walk to Bakhting. Okay, so far summary of day 1 hiking. Don't wear that many warm clothes. I am wearing thermals, like snow pants, this jacket. I took off my ski jacket. I'm wearing a vest. Good thing I'm wearing a t-shirt underneath, but day 1. Honestly, you could be in workout gear right now. But I no longer have room in my backpack to take my clothes off. And this is the most beautiful hike in the world. I saw these 2 little girls playing up there. I'll insert a photo, like a video, without their faces in it. But they're so cute. They were so happy. That man there is amazing. He's carrying all of our stuff. Just had our first uphill. Wasn't too bad. Or maybe it was. I don't know. I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing at all. Just walking really. Juice literally tastes like tutti frutti. If you're Indian, you know what that is. I put my hat on. I have sunscreen on, but even still with my hat on, it feels so much better. Sid's having his apple. Tastes like the best apple ever.
Just that little bit of sweetness and energy.
Ooh. And then for the first time in my life, I ever saw a litter of puppies drinking milk. It was the cutest thing ever. I honestly just couldn't contain myself. And for a second, I thought the mum was running towards me to attack me, but she was actually just running away to go, here, play with my babies. It was so beyond cute, and I just love that the puppies were not scared of us and they look so healthy and strong. Like honestly, this is such a dream. Imagine just going for a walk and just seeing a litter of puppies. We saw some chickens, and this was our very first bathroom stop. I was personally very curious as to what the bathrooms would be like on the hike, so that's why I'm sharing this.
They're right outside your door, so don't open the door.
Oh my gosh. That was not that smelly. How cool was that toilet?
Strangest toilet I've ever seen.
So you go there, and I think you put the leaves. We crossed our very first bridge. It was incredibly exciting. It bounced up and down a lot more than I thought it would, but luckily we aren't afraid of heights, so we just thoroughly enjoyed the view of the river down below us and the view of the mountains. Also, if we had have gotten the later flight, we would have been stopping here for lunch, but because we got the super early flight, the place we're staying tonight is where we're going to have lunch and dinner. Also, if you love dogs, you're going to love this hike because there are so many dogs along the way and they give you company for so long. This guy was just casually walking with me for an hour and it gave me the best company. More donkeys along the way, and just remember, if you're not with a guide, make sure you move out of the way for the donkeys completely. Donkeys, yaks, and cow yaks have full right of way. Then we came across our very first uphill, and the uphills are hard. It's insane how quickly you run out of breath, and we walked past some bakeries. They were all closed right now because it's off season, but if you're coming in March, April, May, June, I'm sure they'll all be open, and make the most of it. But yeah, we're keeping the pace nice and slow and enjoying the view. So for most of the walk, the ground is very rocky. I would highly recommend having hiking shoes. That was a question that I had. So in case someone else has that question, like, should you bring your hiking shoes or should you bring your running shoes? Bring your hiking shoes.
6,500 meters that peak. I think we're ready to climb.
The many bridges.
Another bridge. It's like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like super clear water. It's just so beautiful. Look at how amazing the view is. Continuing the walk uphill is definitely a huge battle, and it's flat, it's super easy. Like, I forget that I was even struggling.
And walking over the bridges does not get old. Yes, they're a little bit rocky, but underneath, look at the view. It's so pretty. I cannot explain how excited we were to get to this tea house. We dropped all of our bags upstairs, went down, got some hot lemon honey ginger tea. You'll very quickly find out that lemon honey ginger tea was something we had every single day at every meal. Sat down, wondered what we'd gotten ourselves into, and then we charged our phones using our solar power battery bank. We bought this solar power battery bank off of Amazon for $50 because every night if you asked to get your phone charged, it cost $20. This power bank worked really well for our trip. I'll leave it in the description. But we made it to our tea house. Gonna give you a room tour next, but we're gonna have some lunch, just relax.
Day one, I'm so tired.
Overall, the food was incredibly delicious. Dal bhat power, 24-hour. They make all the food fresh on the spot as you ask for it, and they take about an hour to prepare it all up. So in my plate, this is my dal, my sabji. I got 2 bits of carrot and some of this green stuff. I think it's some sort of spinach. So water at the tea houses is free, and all you got to do is add an aqua tab to your water, leave the tab in there for half an hour, and then it cleans your water. So for the entire time of our hike, Sid and I decided not to get any internet at the tea houses. And the funniest thing happened when I walked into our room. I walked in and Sid is on his phone. I'm like, what are you doing?
Only to realise there's no Wi-Fi. In fact, we're doing a full detox, so even if there was Wi-Fi, I wouldn't connect.
So you're just looking at your phone?
I just stared at it for a while. I turned the Wi-Fi on just to see what's around. Turned it off. I turned Bluetooth on.
We clearly have an internet addiction. Like everyone in the whole world, I also think it's totally fine. This is just hilarious. I walk in and just staring at his phone. Let me give you a room tour. As you come through the front door, you've got a place for my things, a place for Sid's things, our bed.
We sleep separate now.
Sleep separate. The bed sheets are like this really nice softish material. We asked for blankets, and because this entire place is completely empty, they gave us blankets and a pillow, and this is our view outside.
Okay, so end of day one. Day one. Let me recap this for you. So day one was meant to be, or is, the easiest day of the entire trek, which is you only walk for about 3 hours, 3.5, and most of it's downhill because you're actually dropping in elevation. So we actually went down in elevation 200 meters, and it's just meant to be a casual walk. And I'm wrecked. I'm so wrecked. It's literally like 2 p.m. and I am so wrecked. I'm so ready for bed. And apparently tomorrow is the hard day. So tomorrow it's not 3 hours, it's 7 hours, and we're actually going up in elevation 800 meters. So it's gonna be a big elevation jump, and I'm just hoping we get some good rest tonight and tonight, and we're good to go for tomorrow. But this is day one of a 12-day hike. Looking good. Really should have trained. Lights out.
Okay, so it's the end of day one of our Mount Everest Basecamp trek. I really wanted to do a daily diary so that we can, kind of keep these memories. And while we're hiking, it's a little bit hard to talk and communicate every single emotion we're feeling. So I was sick for 3 days leading up to the hike, so I'm just gonna blame that as to why I struggled so much today. Like literally every time I would have to go up a single step, I was huffing and puffing. And in those moments, I was like, maybe we should have trained. My legs are so sore right now. We really should have trained. That's a huge regret. But if I had to go back in time, would I train? Probably not. So I don't know. I'm laughing because I'm dying.
That doesn't make it look so easy.
I feel like, so the 4 days I was sick, I spent that entire 4 days just binge watching people's Everest base camp treks. And for the first 5 days, no one showed that they were struggling. It was only maybe day 6, but 7, 8, 9, those are the days that people were saying they're about to throw up, they're feeling really nauseous, they can't get through it. I wasn't feeling nauseous or anything. But for the first 5 days, they didn't show any struggle. So that made me feel worse about myself today. So I am sharing the struggle. It was hard. Would I do it again? Yeah. Would I do day 1 again? Yes. It wasn't that bad, but just putting it out there, this was supposed to be a really easy hiking day. We went down in elevation, we didn't go up. I'm also going to blame the fact that I live in Australia and our highest mountain, like the summit of our highest mountain in Australia is where we started from. When we landed at Lukla Airport, that was higher than the highest point in Australia. So, but you know what the good thing is? I think we both did struggle and we can just laugh through it together. We're drinking a lot of water. Overall, mentally, I feel fine. It's just physically, I'm not that fit and I'm huffing and puffing a lot. No headaches yet.
We shouldn't have headaches. We went down in elevation.
True, we shouldn't feel any altitude sickness because we went down in elevation. I'm really excited for dinner, but right now we're going to go to sleep and I'll show you what we have for dinner. So then for the rest of the evening we had a little nap, and then when we came down for dinner we both had tukpa. And our guide Lakpa said that we should have tukpa every day with a little bit of garlic in it because garlic helps with altitude sickness. And then again, the whole entire dining hall was completely empty. It was kind of nice, but I also do wonder what it's like during peak season. And then we went to sleep in our sleeping bags. Highly recommend bringing one of these. They're just a lot warmer than just the blankets. I hope you enjoyed day 1 of our hike to Mount Everest Base Camp, and like, follow and subscribe for day 2.